Good day everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm your host Mark. Welcome to Friendship Shaving for a fantastic shave today. I have a Stando Razor from Poland that I'll be shaving with. You can see it's in pieces on the window ledge ready to put together. And the soap I've got today is a lovely sample of a fantastic soap, Ariana and Evans. So Cal Hipster, and this is the Kaizen version. I have some already lathered up and on my little Macy brush, the Friendship Shaving brush that was made in 2019 for the channel by Frank Shaving. So we'll get some lather on the face and go from there. I've already dampened my face and I've put on some Proraso white already, so we can go straight in with this beautiful scented soap. It is a very warm scented soap made for the summer, and it has scent notes of, struggling with my button there, scent notes of pink peppercorn, pineapple and banana, and they are the notes that I pick up straight away. Can definitely smell the pineapple, the touch of banana, and the peppercorn adds just a little spiciness. And then to me it smells quite fruity, and it contains scent notes of mango and passion fruit and cade. And then it dies down with a little bit of oak moss, sandalwood, cedarwood and some musk. And I really think it is a beautifully scented, fresh, fruity soap. The Kaizen version is really lovely. It lathers up beautifully, contains a little bit of goat's milk and lanolin. And I do absolutely love this soap. The brush today, the Macy I'm using today, is a 2-band Manchurian Badger. Very nice indeed. Now let's have a look at this razor, because this is a fantastic razor. The razor blade I'll be using today, just before I put it in the razor, is a Euromax blade. It is a platinum coated blade. It's quite sharp enough, very smooth I find in this razor. Now I've got the Zoria head. It's beautifully machined. There we are, there is a guard plate. You can see it's slightly rounded on the 4 corners. It's so well machined, there's a space on the underside there, right in the middle, for a little washer. And I know sometimes I've had razors where you get a little bit of machine mark on the underneath of the cap, and there are no machine marks on this cap at all. So we will put the razor blade in, put the cap on. The tolerances are really tight. It all fits together beautifully. And the handle is called the Lance handle, and it is the Lancer 1. There is a second version of this handle. There are only a few of these handles left, but I love the design of this handle. I think this is a nice touch up here, that little ring taken out of the top of the handle. And I love these little indents, these machined indents. Very, very nice indeed. So I'm pleased to have this. Very pleased to have this. It was a birthday present back at the end of January from my good friend Sven. I left it a while before I opened it to use it on the channel. And I've been shaving with it for a week or so now. And I have been really enjoying it. It is called the Zoria Razor because in Slavic folklore, Zoria is the goddess of the dawn. So if you are an early morning shaver, that seems to be very appropriate. It feels very smooth to shave with, very smooth indeed. It has a neutral blade exposure. And with that neutral exposure, it has a blade gap of 0.90 of a millimetre. So I feel that neutral blade exposure gives a very smooth, comfortable feeling shave, while the blade gap, although to me it seems quite large, it gives an effective shave, and it is very effective indeed. And I'm shaving very lightly, no pressure. Of course it is a stainless steel razor, and this one has a lovely satin finish. It is 93.3 grams in weight, and the total height is 98 millimeters, and it comes in at 104 British pounds. And you know, the more I use it, the more I like it. Sometimes with a new razor, you need to use it to really dial into its the best shave. That's probably the best way of putting that. It's described on the website as being suited to somebody that shaves every day and has moderately tough bristles, and it is described as a mild razor. Now, I feel there's quite a lot going on there in that description, so I'm going to talk about that a little further, because it feels like it's a mild razor. As I said, it is very comfortable to use and very smooth, but it is also very effective, and I think that it is deceptively effective. To me, I have the idea and I haven't tested it, so take this with a pinch of salt. It feels like it might be a little bit similar to the Outlaw Razor. Now, next month I will do a side by side with those two razors and get a definitive on that. But I tell you what, this is very smooth. It is not an everyday shaver for me, and the reason for that is that I have a line about there, and this razor is just so effective it irritates me a little bit in that area. I get some redness and a lot of bumps, and it's just where my awkward spot is. Oops. Just rescued my bowl there. So it is just where my awkward spot is, and I know that if I shaved with this every day, that would become really sore and really irritated. So I usually shave every 2 days anyway, but I'm more comfortable with this shaving every 3 days. So as it is really just that area. I should point out that when I first used it, I put a feather blade in it. I got on and had a great shave, but about 20 minutes later I had the burn come on my neck and down here, top lip, and boy did I have some razor burn. So it wasn't my best move putting a feather blade in a razor that I wasn't used to. Now with this platinum blade, this Euromax, it's a really nice shape. These are lovely blades. I do like a platinum coated blade, I must say. I think it would be really terrific, I haven't tried it yet, with something like a Gillette 7 o'clock black. Something a little less sharp, but still comfortable. Or maybe an Astra, that would be maybe a good choice. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pre-shave down here for the last pass. I have experimented with doing a 3-pass shave on my neck just in one direction with the growth. That is quite okay actually. But what I've been experimenting the last time I shaved and today is just doing that very lower bit with the grain and going against the grain with the rest of my neck. And that seems okay. This is, oh, what's this? 4th use on this blade. I'll tell you what I need. I need some of this, don't I? Let's not forget the soap. Beautiful lather on this soap. You can probably see on camera. I mean, it just lathers like a champion. Really does. Very, very nice soap. I was just looking through my samples the other day, deciding which one to use, and I love this one. It's really, really nice. It's just a beautiful scent, really fresh and fruity. Beautiful soap. Oh God, I've done it again. I'm having a mare. Now here we go. Third pass. I've had an interesting conversation with Stanislaw, who makes this razor, and we were talking about the causes of a razor being aggressive or not when it's been made, and Stanislaw very helpfully wrote back the list of things that can affect the aggressiveness of a razor. And the first thing, you won't be surprised, is whether a blade has a neutral exposure or a positive exposure. And just to demonstrate that, if those terms are new to you, I use my little cocktail stick here. A neutrally exposed blade does not stick out further than the line of that cocktail stick there as it touches the head cap and the edge of the guard plate. A positive exposure means that a blade comes out beyond that line and obviously is more aggressive because of that. So that is the first thing that can affect whether a razor is aggressive or not. The next thing is the angle of the blade. And I was thinking about this the other day. I've got a razor here. I'll just reach for it. Back in a moment. Here we are. I've got this vintage German razor. And you can see how curved the head cap is to really curve the edge of the blade into a good angle to shave with. We seem to have gone away from those style of razors now. Seem to have razors with more of a flat base to them, which I suppose they are easier to machine, but that aside, the blade angle affects the aggressiveness of a razor, and even the depth or the width, the height of the head cap can affect it, because that in turn affects the angle you hold the razor at. And then finally, the last thing on the list is the blade gap. And yet the blade gap is the one we see quoted the most, but really without all those others, it really doesn't mean that much on its own. Now you can see I went against the grain on the back part of my cheeks. So it's not so effective that I can't do that. Guys, it's a very nice razor. I have been really enjoying it. If it wasn't for that little bit there, I think it's much easier when I just do 3 passes with the grain on that bit. It's working much better for me. I've been having some beautiful shaves with this soap. It's really a very nice razor. For me, that neutral blade exposure is key to a great shave. I've had a fantastic shave. I don't feel the need for any alum block, but I am going to put, I found this very useful, there's a little touch of menthol in here in my Proraso pre-shave, and I found it works really pretty well in a post-shave, just on any areas that might be a little bit affected by the effectiveness of the razor. So I'm going to put that on there. And the aftershave I'm going to use today is my Don Jose to go with the pineapple and the banana and the mango. I'm going to add some coconut and banana. And this is a really lovely scented aftershave. I think it goes perfectly with the Cal Hipster. Oh guys, it's stunning. So there we have the beautiful Goddess of the Dawn with the lance handle. I love this handle. I don't know if you noticed, but shaving against the grain feels really comfortable with that sort of part machined out there. If you get soap that runs down over the handle, it can be a little bit slippy at that point, but I have had no problem. The second handle, the Lance 2 that they do, has more knurling on it rather than these cutouts, but I think this is a beautiful, stylish razor. It feels mild, but it's more effective than you might think, and as I say, it's one that I had to get used to, and gave myself a little bit of razor burn on that first shave because I put in a feather blade and went at it like a bull at a gate. So my own fault there. Lovely razor. That is my shave for today. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you very shortly. Bye bye now.